It's been a while. It really has been. Duke Dennis has gotten arrested, and I need to do a reaction video to it. But let's jump up into this one right here. So we got Faze and Blackboy Max. I need to change my audio to my headphones. Okay.
From a budding content group full of guys brimming with potential to a group broiled in controversy and a CEO who was caught up in a crypto scam controversy that inevitably led to him stepping down, and now finally the golden boy of their group officially leaving. What the fuck is happening to Faze? That's what I wanted to talk about today. How could one of the biggest content groups currently approach their singularity? How could people who were destined to win in the space drastically change the course of their path?
Okay, I was like, I hope I'm not turning off and on the recording. It's simple. Call of Duty isn't that good anymore. Faze, like, I'm sure they probably are still good at video games. But I don't know, man. I don't hear much about Faze in video games anymore. Like, they were popping, and maybe I'm just not in that space like how I used to be. But I don't know, man. Like, now it's all, like, streaming and this and that going on. So, different times. But anyways.
I probably have an answer, so let me stop rambling. Y'all know I'm the hood Socrates, and let's actually start. Controversy, like I said, is the first thing that most likely put a lot of tension onto the Faze clan. I'm gonna briefly talk about the recent controversy with the former CEO, Faze Banks, and I'll do it quickly. Okay, I know I made a video on it. And for all of you that don't know, this clown did a pump and dump, allegedly.
Just listen.
Dude, can I talk about that?
Talk about
Why am I down money?
because people are using you to sell. People are using your buy as like a spot to sell.
I'm
it's
down
just,
12 grand.
It's okay.
It'll go up.
People have been expecting this moment all day. Again,
Yeah, and then his buddies
so a
are
lot
just
of
there
people bought
smiling, laughing.
MLG probably today, expecting you were gonna buy it and using the event of you buying it to sell it. But it's fine. Again, this is something that we're all positioned in for good reasons. There's a lot of reasons to be excited about a position like MLG.
As you can see, that's him trying to gaslight Aiden Ross on why he lost $12,000 instantly, which is obviously because it's a freaking scam. But this incident led to the stepping down of Banks as a CEO, clearly because it was going to affect the image of Faze, and I believe this put a lot of tension on the group because it was a viral trending topic. Being associated with an org that has a CEO who has a long controversy of scamming that apparently dates back to CSGO, crazy is not something that any sound-minded individual is gonna put up with. Not saying these Faze guys be sound-minded all the time, but you get it. And with the bank situation in particular, this felt like a ticking time bomb because you had Bruce and other people like Convy basically saying that nigga Banks is not to be trusted. You need to close your back door around him.
Wait until y'all see that crypto that they up to, twin. They got something cooking, twin. That's why all these niggas trying to, hey, bro, I ain't gonna say too much. I'ma just laugh for right now, bro, because y'all don't get it. So I'ma just laugh.
They're a boy or a girl. If we're talking about $1 billion bag, morally, the
That's a
only
double
correct
check.
answer objectively is yes.
That's the devil right there, champ.
How is that the devil?
Say no,
And here is Aiden. I'm not gonna lie, we do that to ourselves sometimes, where you don't want to face the facts, you don't want to hear the unfortunate truth. You don't want to see who this person really is for who they really are. You want to kind of hope that it's just this, it's that. Hearing that Faze Banks kind of had those things with CSGO, I might have heard something about it, but I'm not gonna sit here and cap on camera and be like, oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of like here, but it's a miss in my mind. Anybody that is like overly obsessed with money and monetary possession and stuff like that, that's definitely somebody who would snake you for the opportunity to make more money. And so, yeah, that stuff can't be trusted, man. But anyways.
Worse in mysterious ways, I'm trying to tell you.
How is that the devil? You're not gonna really.
you got
Trying to
a
tell you.
mom. You don't take it. God's telling you.
Oh yeah, that's the devil right there talking to me.
How is that a devil talking to you?
I'm kind of glad now, and I know this is going to sound bad, I'm kind of glad now that Aiden lost that $12,000. That man was vouching so hard. And the man is trying to tell him, he's like, man, that's the devil. And I ain't gonna lie, people who do stuff like that, they use God's name to be like, hey, if you don't like this video right now, you don't like God and all this and that and yada. That is disgusting. have genuine authenticity. If you are going to be speaking about things that God is telling you about, be honest. But don't be out here and do all this weirdo crap because people have a, they feel morally like, oh man, that's right. God says to forgive, so let me go forgive these people. And like, don't manipulate and do stuff like that. That's disgusting, man. But anyway,
God is gonna tell me I'm
did I
an
make
idiot
the
for
right
not
choice?
doing
He's
that.
like, nah, I would have clipped my cousin. Bro, what?
He's not someone you want to be around because he's shady, and that shadiness is finally catching up to Faze, which I'm surprised because niggas did a crypto scam under the guise of saving kids, so nobody should be caught off guard that something like this happened. But I truly believe this is the beginning of the end, because unlike some of the stuff I'm gonna talk about next, the CEO of your group stepping down is low-key assigned to abandon ship, and that's what I think Max is doing. He's abandoning the Titanic before it sinks. He took off his flaming shirt before the burns got too bad. But the next thing I think that set Faze up for this inevitable future is their weird boundary pushing clip farming they be doing.
I didn't personally like Rihanna. Like he loves
See, that's the thing. That's the thing about these people. They don't know how to get to the story right.
Okay. And the thing is about your people?
Why did that just sound so much more racist?
Get mobbed.
I hate to say it, but niggas be getting away with little shit like this because they can easily say it's a joke, and people love to gaslight black people and tell them that this ain't disrespectful, but it was a little weird. Silky being the one black person and he's speechless, and you got Adapt and Lacey, who are both white men, laughing at it. Like, it's just weird energy coming from it, not gonna lie. But that's the foundation of this new phase. These are completely different people, and in my opinion, niggas was never truly aligned. And when I say aligned, what I mean is that these guys are not resonating with each other. Do they have any true chemistry? And I'm not talking about funny clips or good stream segments. Are they resonating with each other off camera? Which I'll get to later. It was just rubbing me wrong seeing constant anti-black jokes by non-black members of Faze, despite Faze having 3 black dudes. There's no way as a black man I'm gonna be a part of a group like that, and it only gets worse.
We should get chicken, blah blah blah. And then like we were all laughing about it. Sure, it's not even that funny, it's just a racist joke, but it's like I don't understand that. That's kind of like what we were at. But then like obviously it didn't work out, which I understand. And I understand why it's wrong, blah blah blah.
That's Ronaldo and Lacey eating a watermelon and chicken as a joke for a clip and trying to brush off how weird it was. This early phase clip farming to me was just them showcasing how vastly different they are as individuals, and how this new phase team up was merely them reaching a new level and eventually parting ways. These guys were never gonna be long term. It was a short term business decision to market each of them as defined streamers with their own niches, and now it's time for them to start step 2. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, so let me just chill. And I was not the only person who seen it. Let me introduce Omizi, or Omar, which, quick little DH lore, when I got my account hacked and banned, I did reach out to Omar on Twitter, but a nigga ghosted me. Shout out to Omar though, no hate. It's all love, but I just thought that was a little funny. The thing with Omar though is that he made a video on Faze back when they were first becoming a group, and it's not a bad video. He was basically saying he felt like niggas was making synthetic content, kind of over zooping it with the clip farming, and I do agree. They didn't though, and Lacey even commented on his video, and then guess what happened?
Listen, I appreciate your time. With all due respect, this video, title, thumbnail, retarded, but it worked. It's smart, big brain in a way because we're all here right now. But 2 months ago, I had a lot of people like you tell me, you f***ed up, you ruined it, this shit dead. So that coupled with the fact that this has never been more fun, just the only thing I can say to people like you is,
if you wasn't invited, don't ask to go.
On that note, Omar, phase the f*** up. Throw it up one time, Omar.
Throw it up one time, Omar. Come on.
Come on, Omar.
I don't even know what that is.
Come on. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Somebody smack!
They hold my nigga Omar. And this video is me sliding for him low key, because the same nigga telling Omar to throw Faze up is the same nigga desperately trying to clear his name because he was having scam withdrawals.
Community, they're basically saying like you're going back to blaming me, but I don't think Ricky's.
What do you mean? What?
No, but I don't think you are. I think you.
No, I'm blaming the stream.
Yeah.
Brother, you don't know what the f- you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. This
Yeah,
is
I
the
really
problem.
don't.
You put your full faith in me and my team.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Man, telling it to you right then and there. I gotta be so honest, bro. Now, I was delusional about a situation before where action stops speaking louder than, or the action starts speaking louder than words. But here it is, man. He just said it. And look at Aiden's face right there as he's realizing that, yeah, maybe I am dealing with the devil here. Yeah, man. Let's all stop making expensive mistakes. That's it.
To tell you what you're doing. You do what it is that we told you to do, right?
Yeah.
Then this shit happens where you're getting baited and you're getting different information from side fucking people. There's people in your ear saying, this Frank kid's scamming you. You start confronting him in the chat. You're tweeting on your crypto. You and Frank, remember when you and Frank got into it?
Yeah.
And he leaves the chat.
Yeah.
You and him, whatever, and then it's Frank.
Hold on. You and him F whatever? Pause, bro.
And you've been on that the rest of the time, and I understand why. You have no idea you have no clue what happened. But can we agree nobody else does either?
Yeah.
Most people don't either.
Yeah, no.
It's complicated. Yeah. It's you know what I mean? It's not every person understands it, but the people that do, again, notice the anthems.
This nigga been dead ass scamming people for years. Why are you having withdrawals, bro? Just put it down. And I don't even like Aiden, but he was getting done dirty here. You got this shady guy going off on Aiden because he can't take accountability. And what I'm trying to figure out is, how are you rich and robbing people?
Vaughn was rich. He had money, Cam. Vaughn was still robbing people. How are you?
Hey man, some people, let me tell you about that stuff. Some people, like, the greed inside of them and the power, like, it's like when somebody gets that power inside of them and, like, they got an ego. Oh man, look at dictators, bro. How, like, weird they be. How they literally got days to be worshipped like a god.
Rich and you're robbing people.
Like, goddamn, nigga is rich and robbing people. But I say all this to say, from scams to weird synthetic gimmick style content via edgy jokes, how is an organization going to function? Tell me. This is actually a live stream and I'm reading chat right now. So how are you guys? I'm trolling, but still. That's the foundation of Faze. And recently, just me in my life, I'm learning that foundation is so important in everything. If your foundation is wobbly, it will crash sooner or later. So keep that in mind when you're in your own personal endeavors. Make sure your shit is sturdy. So when you get a few bumps, you can withstand it. That goes in everything from relationships to content. Be very, very deliberate and intentional with how you proceed. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the clips regarding Max's departure, and also I want to briefly touch on who are these Faze guys individually. And individually, Faze is a diverse group, and really it could have been something great. I mean, it was great, it did what it needed to do, it got these niggas to the next level, but when it comes to an actual group, it could have been revolutionary for real. Well, that's if these weren't streamers and probably like college kids or something, I don't know. But being that Max is the first person to leave, I'll start with him. He is clearly wanting to delve deeper into his music stuff, and let me be clear, Max is low-key tough, I ain't gonna lie. And I know it's easy to hate on streamers who make music, look at doodle garbage, but Max is very talented, and I think that's undeniable. He built his entire platform off of his love for music, and he's done various collabs, and at this point it's probably advantageous to distance himself from the Faze branding and go totally into it. He's a rapper plus engineer, he can do that. It should be a totally 5-star thing when it comes to his in the booth content, which it is, but like I said, disconnecting from the controversial Faze branding in order to ascend the ranks in the music industry is probably what he's going for. As for Rage, he's just busy doing his own content. I don't really see him around the Faze guys these days, and he's currently spamming the caretaker gimmick where he has someone new care for him for a few days and something happens that leads to them getting fired, which is why he's currently with Dante right now. Ronaldo was doing a gaming subathon, which I'm not gonna lie, kind of fire idea. Regardless of how I feel about these guys, I am a junkie for content. I love seeing things that do good, so I'll give him his flowers, whatever. And Lacey was with Aiden doing a little weight loss game show. Once again, good idea. Lacey a big nigga, so that's just like good content. That's obviously gonna do good, and I can't hate that. And with Silky, I really don't know what he be up to, so yeah, let's move on. But as you can see, all these niggas are very individualistic, which generally speaking ain't bad, but when I think of a goated content group, that's just not how it is. I'm not gonna glaze AMP because they're whatever really, and y'all know how I feel about Coco Melon Sanat, so I'm gonna glaze RDC because that's a real group, and I really grew up watching them niggas, and they're just so aligned that RDC feels like a single entity. When your content group feels like one creative creator, that's a real group, and nobody can dispute that, because when you look at RDC, you look at them like one nigga, even though it's a bunch. Now finally, let's talk about Max leaving Faze. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, I was hearing echo, my bad, but yes, I'm leaving Faze. Like I just said, I can't fully go into depth why I'm leaving Faze, but I am leaving, and I'm ready to, you know, embark on my journey and work the hardest I ever have in my career to do whatever I gotta do to make Five Star the biggest shit possible, make myself the biggest shit possible. Just keep working like we have for the past 4 years. Anyone that's been watching me for a while, yeah, I know I was never, like I always said, there's old clips where y'all niggas thought I got. Cause I'm like, I never joined a group, etc. Ended up joining a group, and I'm gonna be honest, it's one of the best decisions I ever made in my life, joining Faze, like, for sure. To all my Faze bros, like this shit changed my life.
He says it was one of the best decisions he's made, and he's trying to work hard and make 5 Star big, which is kind of like what I said earlier. Faze was just a stepping stone, not anything long term. And before I continue, let me tell you, both Rage and Aiden confirmed Max was leaving. But in Aiden's case, one of his homeboys said something real interesting.
I'll be real, it's real though. It's very real. I'm gonna lie to y'all, bro. I know, I'm telling you it's real. I ain't gonna say how I know, I'm not gonna say who I talk to, but it's real as fuck. What do you guys think about Faze though, Matt? From your guys' perspective, what do you think? You think that Faze bounce from this? Do you think that they're gonna get somebody else? What do you think? To replace it?
I ain't gonna lie, I think niggas gonna start leaving.
You think other people are gonna leave? You think it's a domino effect?
No.
I think the others finna start leaving. Well, that's called a domino effect, and he's not the only one to say that.
That Max left Faze, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't think so, bro. Nah, actually, I support my man's whatever he does. But for Faze, bro, it's like when one person leaves, chat, y'all ever seen? It's a domino effect, bro. Y'all niggas know what I mean? When one nigga leaves, it becomes a domino effect. The whole crew gonna leave, bro. It's generally just the truth. It's just the truth. Right or wrong. Right or wrong. It's like a dynasty. When one nigga leaves, bro, it's gonna become a domino effect. Next gonna be blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. But, you know, hey, man. I feel like shit. My nigga Max is just onto other things, bro. My nigga Max gonna thrive, bro. That's just one thing about my nigga PBM. So, yeah.
Even Dabo himself said it was a domino effect. And in my opinion, Max leaving is merely an omen for change, a catalyst, if you will. And guess what Max said in an old clip?
So funny, man.
What did they say?
Yo, I love y'all niggas, bro. Let's start our own group. You talking about me or Rage?
To be fair, this clip is probably troll, but let's just dial it back a little bit. Faze was a stepping stone for every member there. Like I said earlier, this was never long term. This was meant to help their careers and help these guys make their way to the next level. The end of Faze was inevitable, and even though they cooked Omar at the time, he was right. That synthetic clip farm gimmick content was not viable, because now we're about to witness a collapse. But it was fun talking to y'all again. That's really all I had to say. Go subscribe to the second channel, just in case anything else happens. The content there is going to be different, but that's for the future. If you're not fucking with DH, bro, you're crazy, and that's a fact. But just subscribe for more unsolicited opinions. Join my membership. Join my Discord. I do want that shit to be active. And put in the comments if you're not fucking with DH, you're crazy if you made it this far. Y'all be easy. Bye-bye.
I would do that, but I really am trying to hone down on the profanity and stuff like that. Anyways, that was a video by, of course, DH. Another banger from Hood Socrates. Hearing about that stuff and what's going on with Faze Clan, like I said, only thing I knew about Faze Clan was when I was a kid, like, you know, them playing Call of Duty and hitting good clips and stuff like that. And then likewise when Fortnite was going on and So Illuminati had this Jarvis or whatnot and stuff like that. But Faze Bank sounds like a guy that he's got himself entangled into a bunch of things, and then him leaving, and likewise with Plague Boy Max deciding to leave and stuff like that. Yeah, it's over. I think that they should all definitely leave if it means that they can preserve themselves instead of falling with the group and trying to hold on to this idea of being a part of Faze when don't look like Faze gonna be holding up too well anytime soon. But whatever, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.